against the wall might be good for us. I think we're going to find that out here pretty soon.
Tell us about your business. Successful Marketing Group, by the way, and the name is Lori Ramsey.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be a sponsor of Cheryl's podcast. I love it. I listen to it, and I like Shelly, old sports, basketball, and all sports like Shelly. Old sports player. Shelly said I called her old. So
I heard that. She did.
It's a tough group.
But at least I'm not from Las Vegas. So
Who's from Vegas?
Kelsey Plum.
Oh,
wow. We mixed in a Kelsey Plum rip. I didn't see that coming. Wow. She'll be listening to the podcast
Sorry
too.
She will. Yeah. No,
I like you, Kelsey. You play awesome.
You hurt my free agency chances.
Yeah, no kidding. Careful. So, one of the cool things is that you're going to be helping my business, and the name of the group, again, Successful Marketing Group. You and I had a long meeting the other day, and you showed me what you do. Your website's a great demonstration of what you do for people. What I like about your business is you're helping businesses that might not have the expertise to go out and market themselves in a savvy, modern way. And you're working with medium to small businesses that don't have the person power to do this either. You're taking things off their hands that allow them to have better lives.
Yeah, well, it's very difficult today in marketing. The small, medium-sized businesses, they know that they're very committed to serving their patients or their customers or whatever it is, and they also have these dreams and these goals for their own family and their own business and their employees. So marketing has to play a part of that, but it's so overwhelming now. And it's so confusing, and it requires so much. One person says you have to have a website. Somebody says you have to have a Facebook page. Somebody says you got to do a video or a blog, and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
I don't understand this. And then how do I start it? And then what do I do?" And now really a website alone is just not enough. I mean, there's so many components of that has to take place in order for it to rank on Google, and then to stay there. And any new business coming out, that's already built into their business plan. Is everything digital and SEO and blogs and videos, all that's there. So my customers have usually been in business about 10 years or so. And so they may have known what it was like to be in Yellow Pages. Well, it's completely different now, and they've got enough business that they're doing good. But
did she just say Yellow Pages?
She did. Okay. And you know what? She's talking about me. She's talking about me. Let's be honest here. You know what? I actually just went back to a paper calendar.
I love it.
A paper calendar. That's how old I am, because I got tired of always needing Wi-Fi to know what the heck I'm going to do next. And now that a paper calendar with coconuts on it, because the one with coconuts is only $3 on Amazon instead of $12 for one that actually looked nice. So that's how I roll.
Jim, is it a coconut or a pineapple?
Pineapple.
It's pineapple.
Pineapple.
That's definitely pineapple. Do you need some glasses?
I need a lot of things. I really do. But that's a whole different show, and it'll take a long time.
So anyway, I enjoy working with these business owners, and I enjoy helping them get found on Google where people are searching for them. And I know it sounds a little cliche, but that's really important. I mean, there's a joke in the industry, where's the best place to hide a dead body? On page 2 of Google. So, so it's really, really important for them to be on page 1. And then with the system that I've created and the package that I put together for them, we get them on there, and then we keep them on there, and pretty soon the next thing is they're dominating, all of their keyword searches on there, and we create a whole brand for them as well. So marketing is also about strategic messaging. So it's not just about the internet. It's like, how do you distinguish yourself? I mean, okay, now there's 10 people on page 1. How do they know to pick you? And, you go to plumbers, and the plumber says, "Oh, hey, I clogged drains." Well, it's like, well,
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. That's why I'm calling you or looking for you. And, a dentist, they all say, "Oh, we do teeth whitening, we do this or that." And, it's just, it's not nobody is standing out, so the customer still doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can find her website. It's pretty simple, successfulmarketinggroup.com. And what's the best way to reach out to you? Through the website?
Oh, yes, and I have a special page set up for all the super fans of Cheryl Reeve and the Lynx.
Beautiful.
So if you go to successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve, you'll get a special, and fill out the form, you'll get a special 45-minute consultation and action plan and audit, and we'll come up with something that you can use right away.
And I'm going to be taking advantage of that as well. You have another question? Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, how about the Center for Dallas Wings? Did you see her comment, Edge Camp, about
Liz
Cambage. What did she say?
About her coming back in 2019?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, whether she's
not sure.
Yeah, but I think that's. I bet there's probably at least, I don't know, half the league, if you were to ask them that, they might say that same thing. I'm going to wait and see. Just because I think that, especially for Liz, I mean, if you watch her play, the level of physicality that she accepts, it is draining. We've talked to Sylvia about that, the doubles and the triple teams and no fouls being called, and it's a lot to go through. And I think what she's thinking about is, this season, which she's had a heck of a season. I mean, she's been absolutely dominant. She sustained, a concussion recently. She will be going to China, I believe, in the off season. They're going to be, with Australia at the World Cup, and so there's a lot. Again, these athletes are going through a lot, and and I think Liz is notoriously not necessarily long for the WNBA. I think it was great that she came back. They just went through a difficult coaching change at the conclusion of one of their recent games. So a little bit tumultuous there. So I'm not surprised that she would say maybe that she would consider maybe not coming back. But if we don't have to guard her, I'm okay with that.
Gloria Ramsey, thank you for being
Gloria.
here. I appreciate it. Nice to have you be a part of things.
I really appreciate the support of the podcast. People like Glory and Shelly and Neil and Freehouse, just being so supportive and kind of for the successful marketing, kind of aligning with this championship group, and loving the way that we do things, and just really appreciate her reaching out and supporting us in this way.
Another great crowd at Freehouse, 701 North Washington Avenue. Their phone number is 612-339-7011. Again, their website, freehousempls.com. And we have a question. Yes, dear.
So, in the Atlanta Dream game, Sil passed to Tammy through her and an Atlanta player's legs.
I remember that.
Was that a practice play?
Good question.
It was. We spent, we only had one day in between games, and we stood and we put one of the assistant coaches and said, just open enough and let's work on, okay, now you bend down and just drop it through there and let's see if that works. And it worked in the game, so it was perfect. So I'm glad you noticed that.
Good question. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I have a question for the young lady. I want you to tell us about tell us your name, and I want you to tell us about your experience at the All-Star game in Minneapolis as a part of the Dream Team.
Okay, so my name is Renee Larson, and I was part of the 2018 Junior All-Star team, so I got to attend the game and meet the players in the locker room, which was an absolutely amazing experience. They were so friendly and talkative as well.
Who was your favorite player that you met?
Other than Lynx?
Other than Lynx, of course.
Deladon. I got to talk to her about her book.
Very cool.
That's great.
What else? What other experience did you enjoy?
One unexpected thing was that Simone stopped me in the hallway on the way over to look at my undercut I got for the All-Star game.
Wow. That was fun.
Yeah.
What else did you get to do?
We got to meet the players in the locker room as well as attend the All-Star game, which was amazing. Very fun.
Incredible game. Did you watch the halftime? Did you see the three-point shooting contest?
Yeah.
Lene, are you able to shoot like that?
Not yet.
Not yet. We're going to work on it, right? Well, I appreciate you being here. You're so supportive.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Good
We
to see
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. By the way, she reminded me, we always say this is a show about basketball, society, and strong women. And I told you my wife recently became a principal in Rush City, Minnesota, which is a big thing for her and her career. She does great work. My daughter, my youngest, 23 years old, she just became chief of staff for a state senator in Maryland. I got to make sure I get the name right, Cheryl Kagan.
Wow.
So a lot of cool stuff happening.
Congratulations.
I'm so proud. When I was 23, I was typing in box scores and making $6 an hour. So she's way ahead of my pace.
You can see she's much more like your wife, huh?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me about your injuries. When
my plantar fascia?
Not your personal injuries.
Oh.
Your team's injuries, Danielle and Rebecca Brunson. What are you expecting?
Well, the first one, Rebecca, those that were at the Atlanta game saw the nasty collision. The initial part I think that really hurt her was her nose. And she hung around for a little bit, and I think actually, if I remember, she stayed for the remainder of the game, but she, didn't return to the game. Her nose, swelled up pretty quickly, and then as time wore on, more into the next day, she started exhibiting concussion-like symptoms. And so initially it was, hey, let's get, x-rays on the nose area, revealed a hairline fracture. And then the next day when, just the way she was feeling and not being able to handle light, sound, that sort of thing. And so then she went into the league's concussion protocol program, which means basically every day, you try different things. And I don't know all of it, but you essentially get a score. And so each symptom, kind of adds points to a score. You have to be at 0 to return to play. And so I want to say we were, maybe at its height, we were in the mid-20s.
Wow.
And so we've been working. We're working on, it's about a week and a half, since that happened. She is improving. It's definitely been a slower process. There were days we didn't see her, because she was trying to. There was days, part of it is, come in and walk on a treadmill and see what that physical activity does. And it was kind of going slowly. And I think that was concerning, to Rebecca. And, when you're a little bit older, you start to worry about things maybe than what you did maybe 15 years ago. And as you should, because we know a lot more now. But she's improving, and, she is going to travel with us to Connecticut. And, if the symptoms, get to 0, maybe get her some minutes. If it doesn't, then we're not going to push it. And then, maybe we can try again on Sunday and see. And then obviously, like I said, Tuesday's not far away,
right.
As far as that first playoff game. Danielle Robinson, really unfortunate situation. We go on the road trip to play Chicago and Las Vegas, and we had made a decision that we were going to rest Lindsay Whalen and essentially hand the team over to Danielle. Mm-hmm. And that was going to get her, 30 minutes, and it was going to be her job, and we wanted to get her some momentum, kind of seeing that, that she was going to be a big part of our pushing our pace. And she played really well in Chicago. Defensively was really good against Vandersloot. She put pressure at the rim. She created opportunities. She had, quite a few assists. Had a big game for us. We go to Las Vegas, same thing. She's playing great. And then just a really unfortunate, she made a great play at the rim. Asia Wilson tried to contest it, and Danielle actually came down. It wasn't on Asia's ankle. It was more her own, the way she fell. Yeah. Her own body kind of landed on awkwardly, and really unfortunate because that game in Las Vegas was the first time. So while Lindsay was sitting out, I always ask her, that when she sits there, a little bit different than other players that sit out, I say, I want her to take notes. Mm-hmm. I want her to be in the timeouts, and I want her to, I want her mind on the game. And so she took notes from the Chicago game, and she sent me the notes in an email. And so I asked her, I said, have you shared these with Danielle? And she said, no, and I said, well, I want you to. And so we invited her. As you guys know, we meet, Lindsay and I meet, before the game about the 80-minute mark to about the 75-minute mark. And I said, let's invite Danielle into our meeting in Las Vegas. So I had the notes on my phone that Lindsay had shared with me, and so I kind of facilitated. I said, okay, Lindsay, you said this about Danielle. Let's talk to her about this. Gave Danielle the information. Then Lindsay shared with her, I think you did this really well. Let's keep doing this. if you could mix up maybe sometimes getting to the rim and taking some contact. Of course, Lindsay would say that, right?
Yeah.
That's what she would
specialty.
love. But mixing it up and how difficult you are to play against when you're willing to put your body on the line to go to the rim, and then also